What's up, it's Jesse. I hope y'all having a nice day. Today I want to talk about purpose. What is your purpose? What is the reason you are here? I don't get why this isn't discussed, why this isn't a thing that's brought up. We're always talking about career choices or what you should be doing inside your career or this and that, but no one talks about what's your purpose in life. What is your life's purpose? Now, I'm not trying to sound like one of those woo-woo purpose, believe in yourself, right? Type people, but also at the same time, that's kind of what I'm about, because I believe that stuff to be true. You have to believe in yourself and you have to have your purpose. You have to have that figured out, because purpose gives life meaning. Without meaning in life, good luck. Because you think life is going to get any easier, right? That's just blasphemy. The only reason why people say life gets easier is because they had to do things for themselves to get stronger. That is the only way for life to get easier, because it's not that it gets easier, you just become stronger to the point where things that used to be hard are now considered easy to you, right? Life is simple but hard. But simple but hard is fun though, right? And life's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be engaging. But what people are lacking nowadays is the purpose and the meaning to get up and do engaging things. People are lacking motivation. The majority of people around us do nothing. Now, that's not to say that I'm doing something and I'm all this and I'm all great. But majority of people can't even go to the gym for 3 times a week. They cry and complain about how they're sore, or they just make excuses as to how they're not where they want to be. Or they'll be like, you've done steroids. Bro, come on. First of all, I take that as a compliment, and that is the most disrespectful thing. 3, that means you're lazy. I don't care what nobody says. Because you can work out naturally and have a nice body, nice aesthetically looking body. Not everybody has to do steroids. It's called going to the gym 307 times in a whole entire year. People don't even do that in their whole entire lifetime. But that was like another tangent. If you ask people what's your purpose in life, where do you want to go with your life? What are your goals? What are your future? What are your visions? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Nobody knows any of that about themselves. Like, bro, like, if you want to go somewhere in life, go there. You don't just sit. Life isn't something where you just stagnate. Life is something where it's constantly changing. And if you're not constantly changing with life and developing and becoming better with life, then you're screwing yourself, because then automatically you're just going to start to become worse. And the thing with becoming worse, it's not that just you're becoming worse. You're literally making everything else around you more and more worse. Like, you have to understand how the things work as people. We're connected. So the mere fact that I'm talking about positive stuff, saying, hey, you can do better, hey, you can do more, it's going to affect you way more than if I were to be like, you suck, you can't do anything in life, right? But those still affect you. One affects you in the way of, well, maybe I can do more, maybe I am more, maybe I can do better, right? It puts a positive spin on things, and it starts to make you want to do better in life. Versus the other one, when I'm not telling you can do better, or I'm just being negative. Well, that can put a negative spin to things, because that can affect you in a way that now you're going to go and affect other people, right? If you're receiving that negativity, and then you're going to take that negativity and then put it on to other people, which is retarded. People don't understand that you're far more important than you actually understand in the grand scheme of things. But also at the same time, you're not important. And that's called humility. You need to understand that, like, you're so important that you're not important, right? Because you're really only going to be important to a select few amount of people your whole entire lifetime. And I think that's a lot of people get mad about that and upset. Everyone has this sense of importance, the ego. Everyone wants to feel important. That anybody can understand. That's human nature. People want to feel important. But the thing is, you're only going to be important to a select few amount of people your whole entire life. And it's just that simple. Let's get back to the talking of what we need for purpose. What are you going to do? What are you going to leave behind? Because you're going to die, right? That's something that you need to come to the conclusion, hey, I'm going to die. There's no need to be afraid of death. Because 1, it hasn't happened yet. 2, I already know it's coming. You should be prepared. Like, you should be in preparation. Like, hey, I'm going to die. There are some things that I need to do before I die. Why wouldn't that? Doesn't make any sense. But what are those things going to be? What am I going to leave behind? because it's not necessarily just about me and for me, right? Because if you're leaving behind something, that means you probably want a family. You know, there's a reason about people always talking about family, 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 and then, you know, people make jokes about that, or how Dominic Toretto from the Fast and Furious series, he would always talk about family. There was a meme for a minute where, oh, family. But it's like, dude, it's family because it's the only way your lineage or your genes could carry on. Without the family, you die, and that is it. You no longer are surviving. Your genes are gone. You're dead. So, of course, it's going to be about family, because if you want your genes to carry on and you want your legacy to carry on, well, then that's all it should be about, is family. They should be number one, or at least number two, because in order for your family to be number one, in order for you actually to provide for your family, you have to put yourself first and your needs first, because if your needs are not being met, you can't help anyone else meet their needs. So that's why I believe in, hey, you need to focus. You need to be building yourself as a person and putting yourself first, putting what you want out of life first. Because if you're not doing that, then you're helping nobody. You're just conforming, and you're breaking and bending to the ways of other people and what they want. Sometimes you have to sit and stop and be like, yo, I cannot give you what you want, because to be honest, I want what I want. You may call it selfish, but like I've always stated, or this is something I've stated before, in order to be selfless, sometimes you have to understand how to be selfish. If I'm always selfless and I'm always giving you my time, I'm always doing things for you, I'm always putting myself out there for you, well, then when push comes to shove, who's going to do that for me? And that's the conclusion that I came to, that, hey, that there's only one person that's really ever going to do that for you, and that is you. Yes, there are other people along you, but you need to be able to get the things you want out of life. And you need a purpose. Why are you here? There's no other question than that. Like, you should actually start to sit down and be like, why am I here? What do I need to be doing? What should I be doing? And well, if I am going to die, what do I want to do before I die? And then you start working towards those things. Like, having a purpose is actually going to fulfill you in life, instead of you just not being fulfilled, instead of you doing things that you think will make you happy, instead of you distracting yourself with pleasure. Like, we only distract ourselves with pleasure when there's a sense of lacking of purpose. Like, maybe your purpose isn't clear. It's not as clear as it could be. There's a reason people say write stuff out down on paper, because if you can see it, then it's become clear. And then you can consistently work towards that, which is something that I want to do. I want to be able to write it down so I can see it, because I'm not going to say that my vision isn't clear, right? I know what I want. I want certain things out of life, but I want to be able to see it in writing, so then I actually truly know, like, hey, this is what I'm going for. And then I just laser focus onto that. Have a purpose. Build your purpose. Stop waiting to find your purpose, because you're never going to find it. It's not something that you find. It's something that you choose to do and to build. I feel like you have to choose your purpose. Why? Because your purpose aligns. I said this to my brother the other day. Your purpose will align with you. You'll know it, because it perfectly fits everything about you. And the way that your life has been set up, if you take a look at your whole life, past, present, and future, it's almost like your purpose aligns with all three of those. Like, everything that's happened in your past, what's happening right now, and what could happen in the future, it just aligns with that. Hopefully that gave you some insight of what you should be doing with your purpose. And I'm going to give you a tip to start with finding your purpose and finding what your mission should be. Start with your strengths. I don't get why people don't understand that. If you can start with your strengths, you'll be unstoppable. But that's all I got to say. Actually, that's not all I got to say. I was finna finish the video right there. You start with your strengths, and then you make your strengths stronger. And along that time and along that journey, you'll find out, oh, yo, I have some weaknesses. So as you continue to make your strength stronger, you continue to make your weaknesses stronger. At that point, you're just becoming stronger. And this is when life starts to become a bit easier, because now you've become stronger. Now that's all I got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I actually hope you guys understood the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. It would help me out a lot. It would help me knowing that, hey, this was an engaging video for you. Like I said, that's all I got to say. My name is Jesse. I'm out.